There you go. All right, we have a few more people chiming in. So it looks like it's 10 of us total in this room today. Lovely group of people. You never know with these sessions if you're going to have one person or 25. So this is a pretty good number, I'd say. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. I have a fun question to get us started on the screen. So if you could be a sound, what would it be? And feel free to put it in the chat or unmute yourself and share out loud your reasoning. Oh, you would be whoop. I like that, Caitlin. Thanks. Oh my gosh, Giga, I can't repeat that. Hook'em. Allison would be the sign of a violin. I like it. Okay. Saki would be a bell, like an old school hotel bell that you tap to check in. Ding, ding. I like that. Avlicen, I don't know what that is. Played by Wynton Marsalis. I would have to look that up. Okay, amazing. Okay, I will Google it. I'm actually going to write that down. My sound, Anisha, keyboard clicking. Let's get to work, right? Let's get this done. I like it. I'm writing this down. Okay. So mine, I was thinking about it this morning, and the first thing that came to mind for me was a few months ago, I was introduced by a friend to the best video game playlist on Spotify, video game music playlist. I don't play video games, so I have no idea. But apparently there's like a lot of psychology on this, like theme songs, and it gets you in the zone to get concentrated. So I tried it and I've loved it. And so now Spotify rap came up and it was like my top playlist. And I'm like, of course, because it's just playing in the background. So if you like music to be able to concentrate for work, I recommend that. Okay, Kara would be waves. Annie, silence. Yes, it can also be energizing for sure. Well, thank you so much for participating in that. All right, so let's get started. So this is the 10-minute activities for cultivating creativity for youth and adults. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Itzel Gutierrez, and I will tell you a little bit more about myself. Caitlin, you're gonna love these pictures. Okay, so I am program manager at VentureLab, and I'll tell you a little bit more about VentureLab in a minute. But what you see on the screen right now, it's a little bit about me and my background. So I've been an educator for, oh my gosh, like the past 10, 11 years. So this is what my life pre-pandemic really looked like. Before I joined the VentureLab team, I was actually, I work with Caitlin, who's on the audience today, for 10 years doing STEM education for girls. And in my role, I got to do, I was in charge of summer camps and after school programs across the nation. So that was super fun. So those are all the pictures that you see. I work with teachers and educators in the summers and during the school year with schools and teachers bringing these programs to their schools. So you see a lot of fun girl photos. It's because of that. And now that I'm working with VentureLab, I guess this is the agenda. I'll go back to this, but VentureLab's mission is to create the next generation of innovators by making entrepreneurship education accessible to kids worldwide. So now that I'm in entrepreneurship, it's super cool to, kind of connect my background in STEM with entrepreneurship and see how really they are so connected. And we're going to be talking about a lot of those things during the 45 minutes that we have together. So here's the agenda. I guess it was very quick about VentureLab, but we were going to be diving into defining creativity. We're going to be doing a couple of activities, creativity activities. So I have 10 of those for you. I pulled them basically from multiple places, created a folder that you're going to get to take with you so that you can use in your classroom, for your staff meetings, for whatever you need to do, fun, creative activities. And a little bit more about VentureLab resources. And of course, we're going to open up for Q&A at the end. But really, this is a small group of people. There's only 10 of you and me, so 11 of us total. So it's going to be really conversational. We're going to be doing 3 or 4 of the activities, and the rest of them, I'm just going to walk you through them so that you can do them literally right after the session. All right, welcome, Dr. Jennifer. We were just finishing up with the agenda, so let's dig in. Okay, so at VentureLab, we really believe that entrepreneurship is much more than starting a business. It really is a way of thinking and doing things. So it's a mindset and a skill set. And so we focus at VentureLab, the way that we do entrepreneurship is really focusing on the entrepreneurial mindsets and skills, right? So we don't just help youth and adults, well, mainly youth, build businesses. Really, we focus on activities and education that's going to really foster those entrepreneurial mindsets and skills. And the truth is that everyone in this room is entrepreneurial, whether you know it or not, and you're going to see throughout the session why, right? And so let's see. So these are the entrepreneurial mindsets and skills that we focus on all of our activities. You can see there's things like curiosity and growth mindset, courage, persistence, and grit. A lot of these mindsets you will already also use in your STEM programs, right? I know that working with Growth Start, we were always talking about problem solving and growth mindset, and adaptability and things like that, right? So that is why it's so entrepreneurship and STEM really go hand in hand in building these skills to prepare youth for a successful future, whether that is in STEM or just in whatever they want to pursue, right? And on the skill side, we have the top one is creativity, right? Which is what this session is all about, creativity. We're going to focus on that skill. And the really cool thing about these mindsets and skills is that you can practice them, you can improve them, and they're going to help you in whatever you want to accomplish. All right, so it's been really cool to see. VentureLab actually was founded in San Antonio, Texas, so very close to here. I'm in Austin. I think a lot of you are in Austin too. But it started in San Antonio with just a few students. And then now the curriculum that we've created has spread across the world, which has been really exciting to watch in the last few years. All right, I have the first activity for you. I want you to rate yourself on how creative you think you are. So get out your phone, pull it up, and scan the code, and you're going to be able to rate yourself on a scale from, I think, 0 or 1 to 5 of how creative are you? I'll give you a minute to do that, and then I'll pull up the results. All right, let me see if I can. Okay, so these are the results. And actually, I have more results on here because I also did this. I do this in multiple sessions. So I haven't cleared the answers because I just wanted to get more people submitting and to see what the average was. All right, so this is what the average is out of 24 people that have participated in the scale from, I guess, 0 or 1 to 5. It's a 4.1. Oh, there you go. 12 have rated themselves at a 4, which is pretty good, actually. It's funny because when I started doing this kind of questionnaire, when I first started with VentureLab, it really depends on the group, right? But I would get like less than like 3 and less, a lot more. So it was kind of in the middle, like not very creative, but also not the most creative, right? And now I've seen that the scale is kind of moving towards like, actually, I am a creative person, which is really exciting to see. Especially in us working with STEM in the STEM fields or as educators. You will see that you are actually more creative than you think you are. So thank you for participating in that. All right. So what is creativity? What does it look like? So usually for this one, because of the limited amount of time that we have, I'm not gonna like split you up into breakout rooms, but I want you to just grab a pen and write something down in a piece of paper. I'll give you a minute and write a statement. How would you define creativity? So define creativity using creativity is or creativity looks like. And once you have that, you can even share it in the chat or unmute and share out loud. Like Annie said, silence can also be energizing. All right, so Dr. Jennifer Austin says, one example of creativity which helps me to define it in my area is being able to see multiple approaches to solving a problem. So she's part of UT Math. Awesome. All right, Kara says, creativity looks like happy and fun. It can be thinking outside the box. I love it. Caitlin says, creativity looks like bringing your ideas to life. Annie says, unique problem solving. All right, Sarah says, creativity looks like being able to solve your problem in whatever way that makes sense to that individual. Creativity is allowing yourself to be open to any and all possibilities to express yourself. I love it. Okay, one more. Anisha says, creativity looks like inspiring others to also be creative. Yes. Okay, any other creativity definitions? I love these. Okay, thank you all so much for sharing. As you can see, there's no like one set definition for creativity. It's really all of the things that you have said, so which is pretty cool. So the first part that I want to focus on highlighting is that creativity is a skill that you can practice and improve. So all of the things that you all said is the more that you think of outside the box, right? That's creativity. That's the more that the easier that it gets for you. So let's jump into one of our first, or I guess another creativity activity that I want to share. This is called Walking Inventions. So let me think about the best way to do this one. Actually, I think I am gonna put you in breakout rooms and so that you can talk for like a few minutes. to do this activity. Basically, one of you, what's going to happen in the breakout room is one of you is going to scan your phone, use the QR code to scan this code, and then you're going to get some cards. Basically, you're going to get two different objects on the cards. And your team is going to look at these objects and ask yourselves, like, what does it do? Who uses it? What else could we do with it, right? And then you're going to combine these items to create a new thing. So it's a wacky invention. And then when we come back in the room, your team, one person from your team is going to, I guess, pitch your idea. You're going to give it a name and just give a 20-second slogan of why we need this in our lives. All right. And I'll put these instructions in the chat so that you have access to them. Oh, wait. Let me copy this before I send you to the breakout rooms. All right. I have not done breakout rooms in a while, so let me see how to do that. It's always fun to be back on the Zoom, right? Okay, and there's 10 of us. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna open the breakout rooms. There's gonna be 3 of you in each room. All right, I'll see you in 5. Hello. Hi, Megan. Can you hear me? Hi, Megan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi, sorry.
Hi there. So what I'm doing is we are in a few minutes. They're in a breakout room. They're talking about this activity, creativity, wacky inventions. So is it okay if I send you into one of those rooms?
Absolutely.
Awesome. And did you sign in with 2 different devices? Because I see 2 Megans on here.
No. Hold on, let me sign out and then come back.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, I think I resolved it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to send you then to a room.
Thank you.
Hello. Did we get a chance to kind of finish? No?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yes.
totally not going to listen to your pitch idea and just tell you what our ideas were. So I'm not going to follow the rules. Oh yes.
Awesome. Okay, we're waiting for everyone else to come back from the rooms. Yeah. Okay, it's closing in 10 seconds. I realized I didn't put the link, so I hope everyone had the link or the scanned code. All right. Welcome back. I'm going to stop sharing for a second here. All right. Did everyone get a chance to, okay, we have people still coming back. Oh no, there you go. Everyone should be back. Hi, everyone. All right. Did we get a chance to finish this activity? Sort of.
Almost.
Yes.
We could have used another minute.
Oh, you needed
be
another
okay.
minute?
We'll be okay.
You'll be okay. Okay. Sometimes, we only have 45 minutes, so gotta cut people off sometimes, unfortunately. All right. So we had 3 different teams. So room number 1, I honestly don't know who was in which room because it was randomly, but who would like to share first? Tell me what your 2 items were, what your wacky inventions was, and why a 20-second pitch of why we need this in our lives.
Hello, my name is Shiranice Henderson, and the items that we had were a target, and we had a light, a desk lamp with an arm. So there's the picture there.
Awesome.
So our idea was the smart target, and it was a combination of the light with the target on the end of it so that you could illuminate through the physical target, and it would project on an item. It could project on the wall if you're out in the, like if you're on a Girl Scouts trip and you were participating in archery, it could project onto maybe a bale of straw, but that was the idea, was to illuminate the physical target through by projecting the light through the physical item. And so we are the smart targets. And our slogan was stay on target with the smart target.
Woo! I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. That was awesome. All right.
We suggested projecting on the wall in the classroom or or whiteboard or chalkboard, and then you could use it to do all type of review games, things like that.
There you go. Well, we need this product in the market, right? You would buy that, right?
Right.
So let's get it. All right. Who would like to share next?
Okay, this is Annie Carter, and our team had the 2 items that were a soccer ball and a pair of binoculars. And brainstorming, we came up with the marketing phrase, see the game in a whole new way. So the invention or the new item would be a soccer ball that had camera capabilities, viewing capabilities, and you could see it using virtual reality, glasses and goggles. It could be used by coaches and players of all ages. It could also be used by the audience for participation and for live streaming and recording of an actual game. So with the World Cup being one of the most watched sports events, we would definitely have these items available at sporting events. We would market them to youth soccer groups and to high schools. And there'd probably have to be some new rules around the soccer game as a result of players now using an item that they never realized they needed. So again, you get to see the game in a whole new way.
That's awesome. Good job. Thank you all so much for sharing that. One of my favorite parts about this activity is the taglines that people come up with in this 5 minutes. Very limited amount of time, but y'all are doing a great job. See the game in a whole new way. And what was the other one with the targets?
It was stay on target with the smart target.
There you go. All right, and we have one more team. Are you all
Okay, I'm guessing I'm the one that's talking since I saw the photos.
cool?
I'm gonna start with, we did not come up with a clever tagline. However, y'all's are real great. So we also had the desk lamp, but we also had an umbrella. And we, I think it came up with 2 core ideas. One would, thinking of like walking down the streets of New York City and it's so dark and you need to light up your umbrella. So kind of just literally combining the 2 and having kind of lighting your way. And then the other one was, if you think about extending the arm of the lamp all the way up and then adding the umbrella as an additional lampshade. So you went from just having a desk lamp to actually having kind of a taller standing lamp. And so it could be interchangeable of how you needed the functionality of your lamp. So whether it be on your desk or whether you kind of needed it to be standing up. So those are our 2 ideas.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Y'all did a great job. You did not come to this session expecting for me to put you to work, right? And now you are. Awesome. Okay. Well, this is Wacky Inventions. As you saw, you scanned the QR code. So we have that link that you can just very easily access on our website to pull it up whenever you need it. But in the folder that I'm going to give you access at the end of this session is the printable. So you can actually print out the cards and have it as a printed set for your classroom, your organization, your team meetings, summer camp icebreakers, and things like that. So you will get that in the 10 activities folder. Okay, let me go back to my screen. And this is, this is the one activity that was going to take us the longest. The other ones are probably going to be faster. And again, these are 10-minute activities. As you saw, we could do it in 5, but you could also extend it to however you need it. You needed to do it. Okay. All right. So this is another one of our activities to foster creativity is Scamper, which stands for substituting, combining, adapting, modifying, putting to another uses, eliminating, and reverse. So we love to do this with youth and say like scamper a pizza, right? And you have to go through all of these steps. So the worksheet that is in the folder that you're going to get is it has the definitions of it, of like substitute. What materials or parts could you swap, right? In combining, can you combine this item with another item to create something new? Adapting, how would you adjust or change this product to serve a new purpose? And so it has all the definitions of each section and prompt questions to kind of get them thinking outside the box, right? We scamper cookies all the time. We scamper pizzas. We scamper, lasagna. So it just, whatever item you want to put in here and go through the scamper process as it relates to your program, it's a great way to kind of get the creative juices going. Okay. So why so much focus on creativity, right? Well, according to the World Economic Forum Jobs of the Future report, this is in 2020, right? In 2020, creativity was number 3, the top 3 number skill that you need in life for the workforce, right? In 2015, it was number 10. It went up to number 3 in 2020. And now, even during the pandemic, post-pandemic, I mean, life really, you really have to hone in on your creativity to solve problems, right? And approach the world challenges. And so this is why we put so much focus on creativity. And that is with our curriculum and our activities at VentureLab with entrepreneurship, that is the first thing we start with. So this is why we have always icebreakers and team building activities that kind of foster that creativity skill and mindset. Another key element of creativity is that it's a process. It's not a revelation. So the next one is going to be really, really fast. So just if you have a piece of paper in front of you or a Post-it, or a note card, grab a pen and draw 2 squiggles. All right. Now, turn each of these squiggles into a bird. And you have, I'm going to give you a minute to do that. Okay, let's see. Go. Thirty seconds. All right, time's up. And since Kara and Dr. Jennifer Austin, you're like on the screen, if you want to share what your squiggle bird looks like, let's see if we can see it. Oh, I see it. Look at that. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. You see? I love this activity. So quick and so easy. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. We have more sharing on the screen. Anisha, thank you. Anyone else that wants to jump in and share your squiggle bird? All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I love this activity because it can be as quick as 2 minutes, or you can give them a little bit more time, but it's the unexpected, right? Like you squiggle, let me just do this. And then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to make this into something else. And then you can even go as far as to like, let's give him names and things like that. So anyone that I do this activity with, whether it's youth or adults, it's a fun way to kind of get you into the mood of something, right? And another thing that I wanted to add about creativity is, going back to this, right? And the skills that it's really a skill that you need for the workforce, right? And thinking back as educators ourselves as we know education, and one of the things that is unfortunate in the education system is that we kind of are from a young age educated out of creativity in a way, right? Because of the way that the education system is set up, right? Like we have to take tests a certain way to be able to pass. And if we fail, like it has consequences, right? So kids kind of at a young age start being afraid to try things, to let their creativity flow for fear of failure, right? And so this is why we, put so much effort into bringing back that creativity that we are kind of born with. We are kind of, humans are born being curious, right? And we have a curious eye and a creativity that we need to hone back into. And so this is why, again, we focus so much on just like the little moments of building that creativity to bring that back to us in our youth. Okay, going back to, I have 10 minutes left, so I'm going to walk you through real quickly through the rest of the activities that are going to be included in the folder. Reverse brainstorming and make it better. If you work with like 4th and 5th graders, they love this activity because there's nothing cooler than making a problem the worst thing that you could ever imagine, right? So this is called reverse brainstorming because that's what you do. It's like, okay, you put a problem in front of them, and now you have to think of all of the ways that you can make it worse. So they love doing that. But then there's the turn side, right? That for every line item that they create of how to make it worse, they have to make it better, right? And what this gives you is that it really makes you dive into things that you wouldn't automatically think when solving a problem. For example, my house is so loud and I can't sleep. Bring a pack of barking dogs inside, right? So the solution for that is, oh wait, it's not on here. Okay, if the room echoes, let's see. Okay, I wanted to give, if everyone is shouting, you go to sign language, right? So you wouldn't automatically go from this problem to that solution. And so this is why this is such a cool activity. All right, I'm gonna blast through the other ones. Worm house design thinking. This is basically a little worm that lost his house in a flood. And this activity really talks about the design thinking process and bringing empathy into the design process. And so it's just a really fun activity for youth to give them craft supplies that you have and give them this challenge of like, how can you make this house better and fix it up for worm. All right, another point of this, since you all work in STEM and are in STEM, you're very familiar with this. The process is cyclical. So the creative process is cyclical, just like the engineering design process, just like the problem solving method, the writing process, right? So you can always come back in a circle to go through all of the steps. Okay. Another really important point of creativity is that it is important to use it with imaginative play. And so another, oh my gosh, that I wish if we had an hour, I would totally do this activity because it's so fun. Basically is you would be in a team and you have to figure out ways to make pigs fly and just kind of go through a brainstorming activity. And then select the best idea and present it. I have heard the funnest ways of making pigs fly that you couldn't think of. Like, for example, drawing a pig on a paper airplane and throwing it, that's making a pig fly. Putting bacon in a real airplane, that's making a pig fly, right? So one of the things that we love to reinforce and remind students and adults when doing something like this is like throw reality out of the box. Like don't think about what is reality, right? Just go for really wild ideas and you get really fun results. Another one is that it's similar to, I guess, wacky invention is like you find an item and it's to say, this is not this is blah, blah, blah. And so you come up with different things that it could be, right? That the item could be. Okay, the next one is Moo's Diner. So we have a really fun letter that basically some aliens woke up from their 2,000-year nap and now they're like super hungry and you have to create a menu for these aliens. And so this is a super fun activity. It's just like, okay, what I've seen like rainbow teardrops for the drinking water or something like that. It's just very wild, but it's super fun. All right, and I have this quote from Tina Sealing of Stanford University that really kind of wraps up entrepreneurship, creativity, and innovation in one phrase. So imagination is envisioning things that don't exist. Creativity is applying imagination to address a problem, which y'all mentioned in the chat earlier, by the way. Innovation is applying creativity to form unique solutions. Entrepreneurship is applying innovation and scaling the ideas. So this really wraps up all the things that y'all have been saying in the chat, what creativity is and what we've been doing. And last but not least, that 90% of creativity is actually believing that you're a creative. This is why I ask you if you think you're creative. Some people get a little uncomfortable when we start doing these activities, like, right, like, oh no, let's be safe and like, let's do things that are realistic. And then once you start doing these activities more often, it's so fun to watch kind of what comes out of that. So hopefully all of these 10 activities that you're going to take home with you are super helpful for all of that, to encourage creativity within your teams and your staff and your students. And then the last, oh my gosh, I think I have 2 more activities that I'm gonna, actually 3. Cool. Pitch game is similar to walking inventions, but in this one, we have words. We have an adjective, a noun, and a verb. We have a link on our website that generates cards for you, just like walking inventions, but in the folder, you're going to get a printout. So you can go to the website or print out the cards. And it's the same thing. With these 3 words, you have to create a business and pitch it to your team. So it's a different way, but still very fun. Creation stations is you're going to have 4 different stages with different challenges or prompts and just random materials. And students get to go around and pick the station that they want and create something at that station. So that's just kind of getting them moving and, creating something physical. And the last one, I love this one as well, is creating your personal logo. So I usually put craft materials like Post-its and note cards and popsicle sticks, and it's just thinking of 3 words that represent you. And you have to create something physical to that kind of combines or is the meaning of those 3 words. And then you get to share that. So I know that is a great summer camp activity, Caitlin, for training. All right. And that is it. I know I powered through these activities, but I'm going to put this link on the chat. Oh my gosh, hold on. How do I? I'm going to put this link on the chat so you can have it, but you can also scan that QR code. And that will take you to a page so that you can download the activities. So I'll put that up there. And very quickly, these are, again, the mindsets, the entrepreneurial mindsets and skills. So look at that list. And during this session, that was an express session, and you did a few activities. Which mindsets and skills did you practice? If you go through the list, it's pretty like you did most of them, even in a 5-minute activity, which is pretty cool. There you go. So let me go back to this slide so that in case you have not downloaded this, thank you all so much for attending this session. I know I talked a lot, but in that folder that you download, it's going to have all of these 10 activities that we walked through. And I hope this is, meaningful and helpful for you and your staff and your youth. And thank you so much for being here today.